Easington is a village under increasing threat, its boundaries being eroded by up to 10 metres a year.
Save our village! Save our school!
Residents have long been demanding better protection, and recently, following a series of demonstrations, Holderness Council unveiled plans to build an extensive sea defence barrier. The project, it said, would have guaranteed protection for the village and nearby gas terminals, which could operate for a further 25 years. But following objections from conservation groups, the government has now intervened, putting the plans on hold until the outcome of a public inquiry. Ambrose Larkham, who owns a caravan park on the cliffs at Easington, says the government's decision could now force him out of business.
They're more interested in 30 or 40 birds. People has got to come before plant life and bird life. It's that simple. That's what it boils down to. Either 700 people or a few birds on a man-made lagoon.
The public inquiry ordered by the government will be time-consuming and costly. Holderness Council, which intends to challenge the objectors, says legal representation could cost up to £400,000, a bill which local taxpayers will be forced to meet. But conservation groups believe it's money well spent. They claim sea defences protecting both the village and gas terminals would cause irreversible damage to important wildlife sites at nearby Spurn and Dimlington.
They have international designations on them now, and the UK government is party to these international European conventions, and there's a duty upon the government and all of us really to try and protect these sites for the future. I'd like to stress it's certainly not a birds versus people issue. It's much more complex than that.
With the public inquiry expected to start in the spring of next year, Easington residents have an anxious wait, their futures and possible plans now dependent on the government's final decision.